What's up, everybody? Jerry Scalato here with another episode of Thriveology 101. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about sweat, soreness, and burning calories during your workout. Now, I came up with this idea because this morning I was listening to a podcast episode about Beachbody workouts, which, if you don't know, Beachbody created P90X and a host of other workout exercises, workout videos, or workout programs. So maybe you've done them, but the hosts were talking about how people were perceiving the workouts as good because they were either sore or they were sweating a lot or they were burning a lot of calories. And today I wanted to talk about those because it is perceived that a good workout equals being sweaty or being sore or burning a lot of calories or a combination of all three, which is good to have those things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make progress or that it's a good workout. So let's break them down one by one and see why that's kind of the case. And we'll start with sweat. So sweat is a pretty easy one. There are a handful of ways that we sweat, or what reasons why we sweat. Number one is heat. You go outside, eventually you'll start sweating. If it's hot outside, if it's 90 degrees and humid, you're going to start sweating eventually. Doesn't mean you're burning a lot of calories. It just means that it's hot and your body is trying to figure out a good temperature gauge. After that, of course, is emotion. So if you're nervous about a test or nervous about going up on stage, if you're doing a public speaking of some sort, you might get sweaty in your armpits. If you've ever seen a superstar back in the day, stick your armpits in here and smell your fingers. Anyway, don't do that, and I'm not going to do it. But nonetheless, you might get sweaty in your armpits or just get sweaty in general if you get nervous about something. So again, another way your body will regulate. And then physical activity. We're talking about exercise. When you exercise, you get hot. When you get hot, you get sweaty. So sweat is just a way for your body to regulate temperature. Doesn't mean that you're burning more or less calories, but your body is just trying to regulate the temperature inside versus the temperature outside. Now, if you work out in the cold, if you work out in the winter, if you're in the Cincinnati area like I am, and you work out in the cold, you're not going to sweat probably, but that doesn't mean that you're not burning calories. As a matter of fact, sometimes, not all the times, there's some science that backs this, but it's not deep science. Sometimes you burn more calories if you work out in the cold. You're not sweating, but since we're not sweating, we don't feel like we're working as hard. So sweat doesn't necessarily equal working hard or burning more calories. Speaking of burning calories, let's talk a little bit about that. If you look at burning calories during a workout, there are a handful of things, again, that will kind of stick out at the top of that burning calorie zone. So if you look at like a 30-minute workout duration, there are three types of exercise that will kind of stick out that burn the most calories during a 30-minute period. That's running and ellipticaling and bicycling. So running, ellipticaling, and bicycling are the kind of the ones that stick out. There are a couple of other ones that fit up there, but those are the ones that stick out. And those are the ones that people do a lot, mostly steady state form. So get on the treadmill, run for a while, or get on the elliptical and elliptical for a while, and so on and so forth. Now, that is a 30-minute workout period, or 60 minutes, or however long you're doing it. What is easily overlooked is what happens afterward. So if you work out for 30 minutes and you run on the treadmill for 30 minutes, you might burn, we'll say, 300 calories. I don't know, just making a number up, 250, 300 calories on average, which is a good amount of calories. What happens after that workout is over is the question. So that phenomenon for what happens after your workout is called EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. EPOC. So EPOC basically means the amount of calories that you're going to continue to burn after your workout. And there are a number of host of different kinds of exercises that allow you to continue to burn calories up to 24 hours after your workout. 3 of them are not running and biking and ellipticaling, especially steady state form. Those things tend to drop off about an hour or two after your workout. That EPOC phenomenon will tend to drop off pretty quick after your workout, after a steady state type of workout. For strength training and HIIT training and MRT training or circuit training, anything like that that is relatively high intensity or that works your muscles in a more direct type of way, those things tend to last longer. In other words, you tend to burn more calories once you're finished with your workout and up to 24 hours after your workout if you're doing some form of strength training or some form of HIIT training or something along those lines. and not to mention the type of the way that it's affecting your metabolic rate for months, years, and so forth, or how it's building your metabolic rate for months, years, and so forth after as you're doing the workout. Running, again, is just one of those things that if you do steady state running, you need to do it constantly. Again, it's not a bad thing. If that's what you enjoy, please do it. Exercise is exercise. It is better than sitting on the couch. But if your goal is burning calories, running for the sake of running is probably not the best way to do it. There are definitely more effective ways that you can burn calories in the long run. It builds up over time. It's not instantaneous necessarily, but there are more effective ways to do that. Which then leads us to soreness. Soreness is another one I hear weekly at Thriveology. If I'm not sore, I'm not making progress. If I'm not sore, I don't feel like I get anything. And again, it's understandable. That's kind of what's been ingrained in our head. But it's not necessarily true. And it's not necessarily true for a couple of reasons. It is true, of course, if you're sore, that means your body is working differently. So soreness is basically an effect called delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, or DOMS for short. I'll call it DOMS from now on. So DOMS is essentially your body's adaptation to a form of exercise that you're putting upon it. So if you have never ran and you all of a sudden start running, you will be sore the next day. If you've never strength trained and you go and you do bench press, your chest is going to be sore the next day. Your body is adapting to the stimulus that you're putting on it. Over time, your body adapts to it. And as your body adapts to it, that stimulus gets lower and your soreness becomes lower. It will change. Your soreness will come back if you increase the intensity by either increasing the weight or the amount of reps that you're doing, or if you change the form of exercise that you're doing. So for instance, if you've done yoga for 2 years and all of a sudden you start strength training, you're going to be sore because it's a different form of workout. And vice versa. If you've done strength training for 2 years and all of a sudden you start doing yoga, you're going to be sore because it's a different form of workout. It doesn't necessarily mean all of a sudden, oh, strength training wasn't getting me to where I was going. It's just different. Your body has to adapt to it all of a sudden. So soreness is a good thing. It definitely is a good thing, but it is not necessary for progress. You can definitely make progress without becoming sore. There are power lifters and Olympic lifters and bodybuilders who probably don't get sore most of the time because they lift, they train, they work hard, but they are definitely making progress in their sports, in their body composition, in their weight loss, or in whatever it is that they're trying to do. So those are the three: sweat, soreness, and burning calories. If you have any questions, you agree or disagree, feel free to let us know. You can comment below. You can send us a message. We love to hear from you. We definitely want to know if you have any topics that you'd like us to talk about. Like, subscribe, share, do all the wonderful things. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, my friends, here's to your success in fitness mastery.